Good evening, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to Within the Cauldron. And tonight we have a special guest, and my co host will be introducing him. So let's just get on with the show.
Hi, everyone. Tonight we have a special guest with us, David Wells of Shared Paranormal. And we're excited to hear about his paranormal investigations and his creed, Happy Hunting. So, welcome, David. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
joining us.
Thank you so much. I'm happy to be here.
So, tell us a little bit about your team or your investigations or both.
Well, I'm still assembling a team, slowly but surely. I don't have a full-blown team yet, but I do have a parapsychologist and medium that works with me, who is actually from Athens, Greece. So she does everything remotely, which is really cool. I have a gal who I think is watching. We're going to watch this later. Neely, she works behind the scenes, helping me with research and following up on research and that kind of thing. She loves paranormal investigations. She is currently restricted to a wheelchair, but she said she's even gotten out of the wheelchair and crawled around to get where she needed to go to get the evidence. So I had to ask her to come aboard. She's an awesome person.
That's awesome. Very cool. Yeah, the research part of it is the best part. I just don't have the patience to do the research. So having somebody that has the patience to sit there to do the research on the back end is awesome.
Very dedicated, yes. Very dedication, especially she's in a wheelchair and she is, willing to do that. Kudos to her.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. So recently, you just investigated a John Robinson Hospital in Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Actually, it's
How
in
was it?
It was in Allegan, actually.
Allegan.
Yeah. So
how did that go?
it was. I just have no words. It was great. We had 13 people altogether, which was pretty good sized group for that location. There were some skeptical engineers there that got their minds changed a little bit. There were some seasoned investigators there that had a blast. Everybody, when they were leaving, said, let me know when the next one is, because this was great. So we had a great turnout, great time. Lots of evidence. I'm still combing through the evidence. A lot of things were validated that we thought happened, and we together we were able to validate the shadows, apparitions. I had some static cameras in the old morgue, and now the jury is out on whether orbs are a thing, but I know a lot of orbs are dust, a lot of orbs are bugs, but the ones that I caught are slow moving and very. I have to blow them up to see the content of what was in them, because I think I caught somebody walking through the morgue that was in the form of them.
Wow, that's awesome.
Now, this is open to the public, correct?
Yes, it was.
That's awesome. That's very, very awesome. We love to see the pictures or videos that you have taken. You have to share that with us so
Absolutely.
we can have you on again and talk about those pictures.
Absolutely. No problem. Like I said, I still just have a whole lot of evidence, and I'm actually going to have a podcast with everybody that was there in attendance. And they're going to show me some of the evidence that they took home with them. So.
Cool. Now, you do have a YouTube channel, correct?
I do.
Okay, great, great. If you want to put that in the private chat, I can copy and paste it and put it in the comments so people will know that you have a YouTube channel.
Yes, I can do that. And if you search it just like that, you'll find all the episodes I've posted so far.
Okay, awesome. And I will make sure that I go on there and subscribe.
Same here.
I had an episode with Keely, so that's how we met. She was on my podcast, so yeah.
Okay, great. So it is shared out.
Wonderful. So, David, you kind of sent us a little excerpt about you, and you're in Michigan, and so you've had paranormal experiences your whole entire life. Is that my understanding, or
Ever since I was like 11, I think. Well, from first,
11?
yeah. My grandfather had passed, and I was sleeping in a room with all his belongings around it. And he actually whispered in my ear. And he was nearly deaf, so he had a very distinctive voice, and I knew it was him. So,
Wow.
yeah, I kind of leaped up and left the room. I didn't go back. So that was my first experience.
Yeah, for a child, it's very scary, because you don't know. It's like you can't see somebody and you don't understand. So I get it.
And we were close. He was one of those granddads that had, always had the lifesavers in his pocket, and we always hung out together. And he worked for Goodwill, and he would always bring me some sort of trinket or something. He was interested in photography, so yeah, we were really close. But distinctive, just he said my name, and that's all I need to hear.
I love it.
Wow.
So, what are some of your favorite investigations that you've done?
Well, I don't know if I mentioned this last time, but I actually am booking investigators to go to the old Lamar Hotel in Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Oh, wow.
I don't know if you know anything about the property at all, but just to give
Teeny
you a
bit.
short, you do know about it, or
Just a teeny tiny bit.
okay. Well,
But go ahead, yes.
the building was owned by a ballet company, and it sat empty for 30 years. And a tattoo business moved in on the third floor. Now, it used to be the first floor was a horseshoe bar and kind of a speakeasy jazz club kind of thing. Second floor was hotel rooms. The third floor was a bordello.
Mm.
And we went in there. There's just so much going on in that building. I mean, I got some really good EVPs, direct questions answered. Myself and the tattoo shop owner was on the second floor, and it's an old wood floor that's been refinished, but we could clearly hear people walking around us, the perimeter of the room, which was pretty cool. Heard a young girl's voice there that was kind of murmuring, but the interesting thing is we both heard it by ear, but I didn't get it captured on audio. But
wow.
the other EVPs clearly got captured on two different audio units. So, but there's going to be, we don't have any overnight investigations at that location. It's going to be short, but I wanted to have a chance for everybody to experience that location.
Do you bring equipment for them to use too? And
Yes.
Oh, that's very cool. That's really cool.
Same with John Robinson. They were using my spirit box and thermals and EMF meters, and most of them, though, including myself, used to use their phone for EVP recording because it really works the best.
Yeah. It picks it up just as well as a regular EVP recorder. So yes, I agree with you on that for sure.
Yep.
Now, like most paranormal teams or individuals, some has haunted items. Do you have any haunted items just lying around your house?
Not that I'm aware of. None that have revealed themselves to me as haunted items yet, but never know. I have some artifacts. I have some things that belong to my dad. So he has actually come and sat on the bed. I felt him sit on the bed. My wife was alone one night. She thought that I came in the room, and I did not come in the room. So that kind of freaked her out. There was another where we used to live. So, but, yeah. And I do have a cat that passed away. That he shows up from time to time. I can feel him laying on my side. He liked to lay on my side when he was alive.
Oh, how sweet!
I could feel him laying there. So yeah, he died of leukemia.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Mm.
Losing fur children is hard.
I
Yeah.
have 3. You can have one. One does not like me at all. She
I
wants
got,
to scratch my eyes out and everything.
yeah, my daughter's cat, we were watching for a while, and she's outside the door crying right now.
Oh, it's okay. I've got a dog that cries every once in a while at my door too.
Same here, plus kids.
Yeah, but nothing I can really verify as a haunted item. And I might start bringing artifacts with me, home with me, and see what happens. I don't know. But
You have people like I know a few people in the paranormal world that collect dolls, or specifically just things that they know that are haunted. They'll pick them up and like Mark and Michelle. No, it was Dennis. It was Dennis that had he had the room.
Dennis Hagen from the 13th floor, Haunted Media. He collects dolls.
He has
interesting.
several items that are haunted in his room too.
Yeah.
So along with haunted dolls too. So
Yeah.
that's why we're curious to.
Very much so, yeah. Along with, and I know you was talking about your team and everything. Does anybody on your team uses like the Ouija board?
No, I kind of put that in the category of provoking,
Okay.
loosely maybe, but
Mhm.
anybody who tries to do any provocation or be mean to spirits, I have to suppose that they're mean to people too, so I don't allow them to do.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
Ouija boards, yeah. There's a museum in Monroe that has a whole wall full of Ouija boards. And,
Oh wow!
yeah,
They
from way
have
back.
one in Salem too. Instead of Massachusetts, they have one that is quite interesting. A lot of history,
Oh yeah,
some of them.
yeah. They're made from everything from tablet paper
Yeah,
to stone. So
very
I
true.
saw a gravestone the other day that was a Ouija board. I don't remember where I saw it, but it was.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it was a tombstone. It was a full blown Ouija board.
That's wild. That would have been really cool to see as a photograph.
Yes, very much so.
Now it'd be really cool if it actually worked.
Yeah, interactive. You want to talk to me? Just use the planchette. It's right here.
Exactly. Goodbye.
I don't know if I use the board, but I don't think I would ever use a board on a tombstone. That would
I
be,
know. I was
I
going to
don't know.
say.
I wouldn't know how to use one. Just maybe talk to it, and I mean, you have to have a planchette, a sensor. So
Yeah.
how would that, unless a hand comes out of the grave and points or something, then I'm out of there. So.
Yeah, here, let
That's
me help you. Let me help you. No, no.
Yeah.
Here's my hand. Yeah.
We have Michelle saying that Ouija boards are a great communication tool if used correctly. We always open and close them and use opening and closing prayers. Exactly. That's how you use them. Yes,
Right.
and protect yourself too as well.
And I agree. And I don't hate Ouija boards, but I just don't think during an investigation is a great time.
Yeah.
There's so many other things to do.
Yeah.
Well, and especially when you have people that, if they're people that are, I would classify them as lay people that are not seasoned in the paranormal world, then it probably is wise not to do so because they may not know what they're doing. And yeah,
That's the
it's
biggest problem. They don't know what
right.
they're doing, and they do it wrongly. So,
And then next thing you know, hello, and no goodbye.
And they always blame the board. Oh, the board did something wrong. And it's like, no, it's probably the operator. Of the
Right.
board.
Operator, yeah, user error.
yeah, it's like a bottle of Coke opening itself and spilling over and going, "Oh, that bottle of Coke, I don't understand why I did that."
It was the bottle of Coke's problem. It was the manufacturer. Yeah, exactly.
Ouija board is not going to do nothing but sit there unless you start doing something. So,
True.
Did you have another question, Chrissy?
Oh, I was going to go ahead and let you go.
Oh, okay. I'm very curious because most people don't understand that mediums can do things remotely, and so you have a medium that you communicate with that is in Greece that is
Yes.
able to do it remotely. So that's very cool because we are able to do things remotely, but most people believe that we need to be on site in order to get a feel of the lay of the land, feel of the spirits, etc. on that. So
Yeah, I know you probably heard of her, Catherine Cyrillos.
it doesn't sound familiar, but that doesn't mean anything.
If you did a search of her on your YouTube, she's done so many investigations. And when I went to the Soup Cemetery, which is relatively close, like 5 miles away from my house, um, there I took the footage and did the investigation. There's some other people that didn't make it there. I was by myself.
Mhm.
And when I recorded the teaser for the investigation, I was there for about 50 seconds because I could literally feel that everybody's like, "Hey, let's go talk to this guy." He's my. I mean, and I'm kind of sensitive to that kind of thing. I noticed that when I was working security at the hospital. I got to realize that I'm pretty sensitive about activity. So that was pretty unnerving. But I showed her the footage of my investigation, and she gave me some very interesting insight. She said, and I was kind of in one of the older parts of the cemetery, and she said that next to me was like a 20-something young man, dressed in period clothing. He had buckles on his shoes, the whole 9 yards. And on the other side, there was a young girl, 15 or 16 years old, that was there. And usually I can sense when somebody's there, but she told me that she could hear what they were saying, but I could not. So take it for what it's worth. But she said that they're being kept there against their will.
Oh, wow.
That's crazy.
And Elizabeth Soros, who's the patriarch of the family, the cemetery is named after. Soup, I'm sorry, this is Soros. Elizabeth Soup, who the cemetery was named after, was admittedly, even by her ancestors, was a witch.
Oh, gotcha.
And I'm not dinging anything about witchcraft or witches, trust me. But she said that Elizabeth Soup was draining their energy and not letting them cross over.
Oh, that's a shame. Did
It's
they say why though? For what reason?
That's she just wanted to stay. Well, a lot of people do rituals and spells on her grave, and she apparently is transferring some of that energy to the success of what they're doing.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
So, if that makes any sense, I don't know a lot about it, but
Right.
I know it's a shame that they're not allowed to cross over. I mean,
Yeah,
it'd
that
be
is
kind of torturous.
Yeah, we run into that periodically where we have people that either by their own choice don't cross over or they literally are being held captive. Yeah, it's very, very sad. Gosh.
And that's considered to be bad practice to you, correct? I mean, it's
Right. Correct.
Mhm.
Yeah.
apparently when she was alive, she did sacrifices and all kinds of good stuff. So, or bad stuff, I guess. But yeah,
Well,
pretty
just like
powerful.
there's always good people and bad people, in everything that you do. So,
That is correct.
unfortunately.
That is correct. I'm good. I'm a good bitch.
I don't know.
Yeah, I do kind of want to go back and maybe see if I can communicate with her through the spirit box, and maybe I don't know, maybe I could convince her to let him go. I don't know. I know it's dangerous, a dangerous project, but if I can help, I'll help. Yeah, I know I've helped a couple people cross over by talking to them.
Right.
I couldn't hear them, but they could hear me, and the indication was that they were gone after I had a discussion with them. So hopefully I did.
Wow. I know on your Facebook you just opened up merchandise, some
Yeah.
t-shirts, hats, and everything, which I will be getting a t-shirt or a cup or something.
That's so cool.
my
Yeah.
collection. Um, so how long has that website been going on? And if you just go on your Facebook and they can find it there because that's how I.
Yeah. Bonfire is the company that does my merch right now. There is another company that's going to start being able to let me allow a cheaper price for collectible stuff. So look for that. But Bonfire is completely hands off. For me, I do the design, they do all the products, and they ship them, and I don't make a lot of money. Trust me, it's not because they're doing all the work, but it's good quality stuff. I mean, I got one of the sweatshirts and commemorative sweatshirt from the Halloween investigation, but very well made, very good quality stuff. I'm glad it's the quality that it is.
Great. Now, so with the name, the Shared Paranormal, how did you come up with that name? Because that's a very interesting name, I think.
I know a lot of people say that, and the basis to the name is that's how my podcasts are. When you see one of the podcasts, especially the first edition, um, it's just laid back, everyday people. You can be an investigator, you can be the lady that works at the convenience store. I don't care who you are. You're welcome to come on my show and just share your experiences, whatever they may be. And I always tell everybody, there's no repercussions, there's no judgment. We already believe you. Whatever your story is, we already believe you. So that's how the name Shared Paranormal came.
I like that.
I do too. It's very similar to what we do. We're the same way. No judgment, and you can share your stories. And we do education as well. Christy and Chris are fabulous, and also the kids too. They're wonderful about doing educational podcasts or sessions or classes, etc. So it's an all-inclusive type thing.
I can say we try. That's it.
Another facet of that is I'm starting to move into para-unity events. I'm really big on para-unity. I actually, hopefully in the spring, want to do a weekend camping trip and investigate a ghost town, the footprint of a ghost town.
Wow. I love that idea. I mean, I just love it. Yes. Michigan is not too far from Iowa, so
I need to get to the Axe House, the Axe Murder House.
Oh, I know. That's a bucket list.
yeah, I think my kids and I was talking about spending the night there one time. We just haven't moved forward on it because we're all busy, but yeah, we most definitely want to. Now, my husband probably won't go, but my kids and I, we would go. Probably a few of the grandkids
I
too,
was
the older
terrorized
ones.
by spirits when I
So
was a kid. Why
yeah,
would I go back
he
into
was.
it?
Says, I was terrorized by spirits as a kid. Why would I go?
Right.
Good point.
Yeah.
I'll take his
Again,
place.
Okay. Okay.
The town, I don't know if you've heard of Pear Cheney before. It was a logging town back in the 1700s. And there was a lady who had an unwed baby out of wedlock, and they kind of shunned her into the woods, basically, to die.
Mm.
Well, later they found out she was also a witch. So she allegedly put a curse on the town. And shortly after that, diphtheria went through and wiped out half of the town.
Oh, wow.
And buildings were bursting into flames for no reason. They burnt, a lot of them, the town burnt to the ground. And then diphtheria went through again and wiped out everybody but 25 people.
Wow.
There was 1,500 people there when it was thriving.
Unbelievable.
The puzzling thing to me is the cemetery is still in operation, but there's only 90 headstones there.
Oh, really?
So my guess is they burned the bodies in the.
I was going to say, well, I wonder if they died of diphtheria, would they have burned the bodies because of it being a contagious disease, maybe, or
that might have been protocol. I mean, been necessary to do. But
right.
it wasn't really. It didn't help very much. But I
Or
can just imagine.
or
But
maybe threw them into a mass grave where they're unmarked because it was such a you hear about that a lot where you have mass graves where people bodies were just put in it because they just couldn't keep up with the death toll and identifying the people. So I wonder if maybe that might be another hypothesis, you know.
could be. Apparently, the supposed witch is buried under the tree in the middle of the cemetery, and all the other trees around the cemetery are dead.
Oh, wow.
I think I heard that before. Yeah, a long time ago, but I have heard that before. And we do have Michelle is from the UK. Her
Hi,
and her
Michelle.
her and her husband has a team, Dark Side Seekers, or no, sorry, Dark Side Spirit Seekers in the UK. They really want to come to America. They always tell us that we are so lucky to have so many cool places that has cool stories behind them. Speaking of stories, what is one of the scariest ones? Oh, I should say the scariest investigation that you was on.
Well, my scariest story does not involve an investigation, but I can tell you the scariest investigation, and that was the baseline investigation at the place in Grand Rapids, the old Lamar Hotel.
Mm.
There's a lot of, I think there's a lot of American Indian connection there. There's a video on Instagram, I think, posted by a girl that works at the tattoo place. Her name is Lindsay. You could probably find it pretty easily by that information, but it shows in the hallway by the water cooler on the third floor. Basically, best way I can describe it is a portal. A portal opens, and this American Indian looking woman comes through. She's on her hands and knees, and she's raising her arms to something like she's worshiping something.
Hmm.
She's completely nude, and it lasts for about 13 seconds, and then she phases out wherever she came.
Wow. That's incredible.
Yeah. So,
And is that a repeat? Like that repeats?
no,
People see that all the time, or is that just a one time?
I think it's a one-time thing. I don't think anybody's seen it more than once.
Wow, that's incredible.
So you can see why I want to get in there and do some more investigating. But there's a longhorn skull on the wall that was donated by a shaman. Go figure. During the day, one of the shadows that's cast from the left side looks like the outline of a woman's face. You can clearly see, you know, the old silhouette paintings used to be with the outline of the woman's face, the bow and everything. Yeah, and then the other part of the day, on the other side of the skull, is a demon or a classic devilish looking character with the horns and the beard and everything.
Okay.
Two different images, two different ends of the spectrum, two different images from the same skull.
That's interesting. That's wild.
So
yeah, if you go back there, we definitely need to see those photographs.
I'm doing EVPs, and I'm standing there, and I said, okay, who can tell me about this skull? Is it good or is it bad? And the EVP I got when I researched the evidence was somebody said, right after I said good or bad, they went, good. Real creepy voice saying good, long and drawn out. And my wife looks at me, she goes, no, it's not good. It's not good. I don't believe him. So yeah, that kind of, I got chills thinking about that one. But and then there was a child voice in one of the tattoo parlor rooms. Question was, are you upstairs, downstairs, or right here with us? And it was a young child, I think it was a girl, but she said stairs. Right after I asked that question, she said stairs.
Wow.
So it's very, very active. I mean, after 30 years, and there's a dome on the top of the building that was used during Prohibition for drinking. They found alcohol bottles and chairs, old signs, all kinds of stuff up there. So
wow, how cool.
Yeah. Very active spirits in there.
Wow. Wow.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Is that one of your favorite places to go, or do you have like a favorite place that you've gone to, or?
It's definitely one of my favorite. Well, I've been to Ohio State Reformatory twice.
Oh.
And lot of activity happened to me there. We were in the showers. I think the West Wing showers. There was a whole bunch of us standing down around the showers, and the cameraman was next to me to my left, and I'm sitting there. It's freezing cold in there, but something pinched my left arm 3 times in a row. 1, 2, 3. Not hard, just gentle. 1, 2, 3.
Right.
And I said, "Okay, everybody." I said, "I just want to let you know I got touched 3 times." And of course, everybody's like, "Oh man, why didn't they touch me?" But it was with the Ghost Hunters crew. It was Chris
Mhm.
Williams and Steve Gonsalves
Oh,
and
good.
and
Gonsalves, yeah.
Dustin Party. Yeah. So that was a great time. But gosh, I saw a shadow figure there, peeking out around the corner. Um, I didn't get any EVPs, but we were in the basement. I got to tell the story. Dustin had the Necronomicon, I think it's called,
Mhm.
on a tablet. And he's really big on debunking stuff, which is great. I need somebody like him on my team. It's like, nope, that's not, just completely explain it away. Excuse me. But he had this app, and he says, okay, we're going to do this. He said, but if it says a word, he said, like say it says blue, and you're gonna freak out. He's like, oh, it said blue because I'm wearing a blue shirt. He goes, that's not how it works. He goes, everybody's gonna ask it a question, and you have to form the question in a specific way. Like, I like oranges. What's your favorite kind of fruit? So it's kind of closed ended. It's got to get an answer. It's not like a yes or no question. Nothing that could really be confused. So every single person we were in solitary confinement, every one of us got a response from the app. And before we started, he said, I need somebody to come up with a password. And he looked at one of the youngest people in the crowd. He said, He said, give me a word. Don't make it scary. Don't make it paranormal. Just give me a plain old word. And she said, cupcake. He said, perfect. That's a perfect word. So we went on. We got almost done, and we were almost done. And he said, oh, by the way, Spirit, he said, what was the password that we came up with before we started? And there was probably 5 or 6 different voices going on in there. And then finally it was dead silent, and a female voice come up and said, cupcake.
Oh, I love that. That is incredible.
And Dustin's like, there you go. Can't really argue with that one. Nobody said it. The girl did either. So
Yeah, that is incredible. I've investigated with Chris Williams at in a local theater down in Tucson. I think she's living down in Tucson now. So she was there at the Fox Theater, and they had a Paracon down there, and people that are talking and stuff like that, like guest speakers. And so I was able to, meet her, and we did a mini investigation at the Fox Theater. So I remember her saying that about, oh, you need to, not only lead with open-ended questions like that, but also to not how did she say it? Like create like an environment of just talking amongst yourselves. And oftentimes the spirits will then interject and interject and use words and use your words and things like that. So it was really, really interesting to see their techniques and how they applied in an investigation.
I kind of want to apply something of my own to the old Lamar Hotel, since it was a bar on the first floor, and it was kind of a jazz, old. One of the bands, the house bands that played there in the 40s and 50s, they made a record. And I found it. I found a copy of the record. So I'm going to play vintage music as a trigger for the building and see what happens.
You'll get responses for sure.
I think so too.
I'm pretty sure too. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. We've done something similar to that on an investigation we did in Tombstone. We actually brought in people to dress up in period costumes, and it worked. It was phenomenal, the amount of energy and the amount of entities that suddenly just appeared in this building. It was wild.
Wow. So, what is one place that is absolutely on your bucket list?
I got to say Waverly Hills.
And why is that?
Well, it's consistently everybody's gotten some kind of evidence there. Everybody's had some kind of experience there. It seems like it really surprised me for somebody to go in and come back out and say, "I got nothing." You know, I just couldn't see that happen. I mean, on the other side of the coin, I'd like to, if it was ever restored, eventually go to the Conjuring House because I know it's going to be somebody's going to make it affordable, hopefully.
Right. Yeah, we're hoping.
But I'm a big fan of Ed and Lorraine, and I would love to go there once.
Oh, you're a big fan of Ed and Lorraine? Well, we're going to have the grandson for the third time coming back on the podcast this Monday on the 17th at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. If you would like to, listen, tune in, ask questions to him because he would take questions.
Okay.
He's actually having a conversation with our team from the UK.
Nice.
So, yeah, it may be pretty interesting. Chris is a very interesting person.
He definitely is, yeah.
I imagine he's got some stories.
Oh, they're amazing too. Absolutely amazing.
Yes, they are. They are. Yeah, really amazing. So, yeah, you got to tune in Monday or at least watch us sometime on that show when you have time and tune in and listen to it. It's going to be interesting.
Definitely will.
It usually is. So.
Yeah, Waverly Hills is one of the bucket list items for me as well. I would love to go there as well. I mean, I was a bit close and it didn't work out. Amy Bruni had her Strange Escapes there, and I was this close to doing it, but something came up, so we weren't able to go. But we already had it mapped out, where we're going to stay and everything, and I would love to do that as an investigation as well.
Amy was going to be on one of my podcasts, and that fell through. But oh gosh, who's the guy?
Adam Berry?
No, UK. Barry. Barry. He's going to kill me if I don't remember his name. No. Barry from Ghost Hunters International. Barry.
Oh, yeah. Oh, now you made me. Oh, what's his name? Now I gotta have to look it up.
I'm sorry, Barry.
Either.
But yeah, he got involved in. Him and his buddy are doing like a whole town that evacuated. It's crazy. So he's been busy. But.
Wow, cool.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember his name. Now I can't remember his name. Looking it up to see.
I've got him on my Facebook.
Barry Fitzgerald?
Barry Fitzgerald, yes. Sorry, Barry.
You got it corrected.
Yeah, he's going to be on the show. He's got a lot of stuff he wants to talk about. Yeah, like a whole town still functioning, but everybody just left because they were too tired of being haunted. So.
Wow, that's crazy. And is that in the UK? I'm sorry.
Yep. Yeah,
it is.
Actually, might be Scotland, but it's over there. Yeah.
All right, we gotta let Mark and Michelle know about that.
Definitely, yes. So, with have you ever been into like Paracon? Because I have seen more and more. I think at least more Paracons popping up throughout the United States.
Yeah, it's true. Everybody says I gotta have one of those, but no, I have not. I've come close a couple of times, but I have not. I'm also a science fiction fan, so if I have to have a choice between going to see Star Trek people or paranormal people, it would be a tough decision. So
my husband would probably say Star Trek. He's a Trekkie. Yeah. Yes.
You know how long I've tried to practice that? My brother is a Trekkie too. And I mean, he'd sit there and move my finger. I mean, like, I just cannot do that one bit.
Don't feel bad. I can't do it with the left hand, only the right hand. So,
well, the fact that you can do it, period.
My husband's there doing the sign, the Trekkie sign. He knows it by heart.
He's
with me, be like, give me, how do I do this?
Live long and prosperous.
Yes.
He's got to learn to do the Vulcan neck pinch. That's the next thing he's got to learn how to do.
Yeah, the Vulcan neck pinch.
Me, you
Stop
can practice.
talking.
So,
He says we're going to practice it now. Thanks.
so David, I'm curious about the. I'm not familiar with the Para Unity. You were talking about the Para Unity conference.
Yeah,
Is that happening in Michigan or
it's not a conference. It's kind of
like a
a
Paracon?
not a paracon. It's kind of an attitude that's starting to form. There's no events scheduled or anything yet, but I definitely want to, under the umbrella of Unity, have paranormal investigators from everywhere that wants to attend, just to camp out for a couple of days, have a bonfire, tell some ghost stories and experiences, kind of a live version of Shared Paranormal podcast, but just chill, break up in groups, go investigate where you want to. The terrain is really rough where the town used to be, so there's paths and stuff that are okay to use, but a lot of the activity is focused around the cemetery for sure. That's where most of the activity is. But I don't think anybody's made the effort to go into the footprints of the buildings. That's something that I like to do, like I did with the dorm at John Robinson Hospital. Excuse me, it used to be a nurse's dorm just off to the back side of the hospital, and I was back there in the footprint of the building doing EVP work. When I got this overwhelming feeling I was being watched, so I turn around and I look at the building, and in the window I see a full body apparition.
Oh wow!
But it was sitting. There's a landing. You know what? Like the butler's service stairs used to go from kitchen to kitchen, like the upstairs kitchen to the downstairs kitchen. It's a very narrow stairway, not a lot of room on the landing. So this figure was standing by the edge of the window, and when it disappeared, it went off to its left, which means it went through the wall because there was no room there. And one of the gals that was investigating, one of the ticket holders, came running out onto the balcony and said, "Did you see that?" And I said, "Yes," and I just got validation that I actually saw it.
That's the best.
Yes.
We have Michelle from the UK, like we was good friends over there. She Scotland is an amazing place. We was at a paranormal conference last Saturday where there were guest speakers. They was very excited about them. Very proud of them for being guest speakers there. So
Nice.
They were a little nervous. I know Mark was nervous about it, so I'm sure they did fabulous though.
Oh yeah. And speaking of guest speaking, have you done any guest speaking at any like colleges or universities or anything?
I have not. And there was actually an event at the local library tonight where I'm at that was called Gargoyles, Ghouls, and Ghosts or something like that. And I don't know who the gentleman was that was doing it, but I think he's written a couple books. But that would be fun. It'd be fun to do something like that. Or actually do like a ghost stories. Everybody sit around and just tell ghost stories.
Yeah.
I love the idea of the para unity. It just because it seems to be. I mean, for most of the paranormal investigators that we've been talking to throughout October and September and even into November now, it's something that definitely needs to be done. I mean, it to unify the paranormal community would be fabulous. To have everybody get along and not hate each other would be a great thing.
100%
Right.
agree.
No competition. What are we in competition for?
That's what I've been saying all along. I mean, we're all here for the same. We all want the same things, the same evidence, the same results. And I don't understand why it's so difficult to be able to help each other to make them successful and you're successful at the same time.
Yeah.
It's not a competition at all, but it seems to be. And it's unfortunately a lot of drama and it's very disconcerting. So I love the idea of para unity.
If there could be a Facebook page where everybody could get together and say, "Hey, I'm going to be in North Carolina next weekend doing an investigation. I need a couple people. Are you guys free? Can somebody come and join our group?" Or no, I got some people sick. Can you come and help me do some camera work while I'm doing the investigation? Yeah.
Right.
Just help each other out.
That'd be awesome. Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
If you ever start one, you need to let us know so we can be members of that group.
Yes, absolutely.
A lot of my posts, I think you'll notice in my posts, and my business card even has uh, two hands shaking prayer unity on it. So,
Love that.
Yes,
Love that a lot.
I do too. I do. And I think talking about unity, because what's going on with Jason Hawes right now with the Conjuring House, so many people are coming together and donating because they really want him to have this house and everything. I mean, that's awesome, and I think that's a good example of the para unity right there as well. It's not just those who has teams or individuals. It's about all of us who's into the paranormal, who
Yeah.
loves.
yep.
Part of it. Been going.
He's a part of it. Sometimes I don't like a husband in the background. I wish I
I haven't donated yet. No, I haven't donated
Whether
yet.
we want to or not, we're living it.
But speaking of that, what is your input on Jason Hawes doing that?
Well, it's quite a turnaround from what he was saying before. He didn't want anything to do with it. He was totally hands off. I think it speaks volumes to his character that even though him and that woman had such a falling out, that he was still has a big enough heart to step in and say, "Let's try it. What's the harm?" And that's kind of like what I was just saying about prayer unity. Let's try to get along, see what happens. Only good things can happen. So um, I think it's great. He's a great person, and he's great for doing it. It seems to be working. So
Yeah. Well, he does have our support, 100%.
mine too.
I love the fact that he's going, if he does get it, indeed he gets it, that, he's going to make it so that it's affordable
Mm-hmm.
for everyone to go and learn. And, he's even talked about, I think in one of the podcasts, I think he talked about like even, there's some land that's attached to the property that he would build something and make it more like an educational building, or, they can do conferences there or classes and things like that. So I love that he's put the thought process into it to make it so that it's something that people will be drawn to, not just necessarily for the investigation part of it, but to actually learn or develop further skills or techniques in the investigative world,
Yeah.
That would be great. I don't know if they were ever salvaged anything from the museum. I don't know. Satori had a museum that caught on fire or something, a barn that caught on fire with all their artifacts
Yeah.
that they had.
Yeah.
Hopefully, they can salvage some of that and maybe make part museum.
Right.
Yeah. Well, Satori can sell some of her jewelry there because she makes
Sure.
beautiful jewelry. So yes, it'd be great.
Maybe Jason can do some plumbing.
Yeah. Well, at least they know where to go to find a plumber.
Right. Right. I'm sure most of the house needs replumbed, so that's what
I
right there.
I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised at all.
I used to work for an organization called Habitat for Humanity, and I'm kind of thinking maybe if you can just do a call out and say, "Hey, guys, bring your saws and hammers and your skill, and let's rebuild this thing."
Yeah.
The Amish can build a barn in a day, so imagine
Yeah,
100,000 paranormal investigators swinging hammers. Who knows what happens?
that's right. Exactly. No kidding.
Yes. So what is next for Shared Paranormal?
Well, I think we're going to be booking some investigations at the old Lamar Hotel. And I want to start the planning process for the camping trip up in Parashini. There's also another town, actually, a little further north, that used to be a logging town for the Ford company. And Henry Ford has a bungalow right there. And that's pretty much an abandoned town as well. There's maybe 20 people there. So that would be another great spot. the Bruce Mansion is the second project after the Lamar Hotel. Bruce Mansion been around since the late 1800s. It kind of fell in disrepair, so a lot of the proceeds from the investigations there are going to go back into refurbishing that place. But it's a beautiful, big old house out in the middle of nowhere, and it's very active, very active from what I've seen. So.
Cool.
Do you typically do a lot of research on the forefront yourself of these particular buildings and the locations, etc., before you go in, or do you kind of blindly walk in to kind of see what you get? Or
no, I try to do as much pre investigation work as I can. Prime example, there's a building downtown that used to be the 6th precinct for the Detroit Police Department, and it was technically, it was known as the gang squad building. There'd been 2 riots there.
oh wow,
Several police officers were killed. Several police officers committed suicide in the gun range that resides there. Very tragic. But I just looked at the pictures online and I was like, just sucked in. I was like, I had goosebumps just looking at some of the photos for the building. So, but the bad thing is somebody bought it, and he was going to turn it into a data center. And he died in 2013, and then somebody else bought it, but they changed the zoning and they changed the address, so nobody could find it.
Oh,
I'm trying to investigate why that's happening. It's sitting empty.
huh?
If they give me the keys, I would definitely do some investigations. But yeah, there's some sort of something going on behind the scenes that I got to find out what's going on.
Yeah, I wonder if it's because they had a lot of paranormal investigators that were knocking on the doors, so they figured they'd change the address and deter them from it. That's interesting. Huh?
Didn't work for me. I still found the building.
Yeah, right.
No, I think this same person is buying up a lot of empty properties around Detroit for some reason.
Oh.
Just sitting on them so they make money. And he bought them directly from the treasurer. So there's some scandal going on. I don't know. But just give me the keys. I'll sign a waiver. Give me the keys. I'll sign a waiver and go in.
Let me go in. Yeah, exactly. Love that. That's awesome. So do you stay particularly more in just the Michigan area then for your investigations, or do you ever venture out into another state? Or
Indiana, where I'm from, I've done some investigations there. I'm looking to get to Kentucky, Carolinas, just about anywhere. But it just takes a little time to build the savings up. All the money that I make, if any, from any of the investigation tickets, and it goes back into the general fund for Shared Paranormal, so I can do these things that I want to do. So,
have you ever been to the Biltmore Mansion or the Biltmore Castle?
Nope,
in North Carolina?
Not yet.
That's a beautiful. There's definitely stuff there too, for sure.
Probably a lot like the Stanley, right?
Right. Yeah. Correct. It's family, basically, in a nutshell. The family that owned it, the Vanderbilts. So for sure,
you got a big bucket list. So.
It's a beautiful, even just to see it for the architecture, and to realize that when it was built, electricity, was very expensive, and they actually had electricity plumbed into the house and everything, indoor plumbing and everything. Well, there's that plumbing again. But if you ever get a chance, definitely, I highly recommend it.
Yeah, there's a place called the Holly House that used to be a tavern, and it turned into a hotel and restaurant, and it burned. Pretty severely. Structurally, it's still okay, but it's in receivership and all tied up with red tape. And I talked to the realtor and I said, "Let me sign a waiver. Just let me in there. It's no problem, and, some people will just, okay, sure, let's do it." But and then the one guy asked me, there's a apartment place, used to be an office building downtown. It's like 20 stories, and it's in a sad state of repair. They just evicted 40 people, and I talked to the realtor again, same situation, and I said, "Well, go sign a waiver." He said, "Well, there's water in the basement." And I said, "We're used to all that. Don't worry about all that. Just." He said, "Well, who's going to want to pay to do something like that?" I said, "Well, you'd be surprised who will pay to do something like that. Especially that building's been around since 1900."
Wow.
So yeah. So and then he starts changing his mind, like, "Well, how much do you think you'd make at this in this event?" I was like, "We'll see. Quite a chunk of money. Just, well, let me talk to the guy who owns it. Maybe we can get it down." It's like, okay, good.
I love it. That's awesome.
So it helps to be a little bit of a salesman, I guess. Piss money.
That's right. You're selling it. You're selling it.
So, well, I just got to say, David, it's been a pleasure to talk to you. We wish your team the best of luck, and would love to have you back sometimes with pictures and videos
Absolutely.
to talk about the places you've been to, or the places that you are going to go to next time you come on, or before you come on. So yeah, it'd be really, really great. So, but yeah, I I love it. I love your merchandise. I was checking it out. I was like, "Oh, yes, I need this. I need that." It's like, okay, I need to get another job.
Yeah, I'm gonna get my new merch line is gonna have like a generic cheaper shirt, which just says I was somewhere. I was shared my paranormal experience with shared something like that. But a cheaper line of stuff that people will get them at the event and take it home. But this is it's high price stuff. I'm not gonna lie, but it's very good, very good. I got a
Yeah,
T-shirt
good
that says
quality.
It looks good.
so,
Yeah, it looks a good quality. Yes. So, but thank you so much for coming on. We really appreciate it, and very interesting. I loved everything what you said, and I hope that you do the parano or the para unity because it's very much needed. I think
Yeah,
it'd be awesome.
I agree.
yeah, we'll
Yeah.
see what happens.
Yeah,
I'm
you have to keep us
not opposed
posted
to
for
trying
sure.
it. Yeah, we'll do.
Yeah.
Thanks
Well,
for having me.
well, you're welcome. Anytime
This
you want
went
to come on, just yell.
way smoother than last time.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say we had a little snafu there, but we got it worked out.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you can always come on anytime you want to. Just let us know. And to our audience, thank you for tuning in to Within the Cauldron. We also have a sister YouTube channel called Behind the Witch's Veil. So go over to both of them and share, like, and subscribe. And until next time, which will be Monday, don't forget Chris McKinnell, the grandson of Ed and Lorraine, will be on for a conversation with our UK team, Dark Side Spirit Seekers. So
Yes,
until then, good night, everybody. Blessings.
Good night. Thank you, David.
thank you.